Hi Virgo, this is Nikki. Welcome to the channel. If you are new, thank you for supporting me. And if you have not already done so, please like, subscribe, and share. I've already put the birthday reading out for today, September the 4th, 2022. And hopefully if you watch this reading or any of the readings, they'll resonate with you no matter when you watch them. Okay? So I've been toggling an idea inside my head. I don't think I've ever done a reading like this about your childhood, Virgo. So this is simply going to be, was this your childhood? Okay? Whatever comes out, maybe it will be some trigger things going on here for you, Virgo, but we'll see. Take what you need, leave the rest, because a lot of us didn't have not so good childhoods, okay? And we still carry that dead weight, that negative energy from when we were younger until adulthood, okay? Virgo, was this your childhood? What was your childhood like? Message for Virgo. What was your childhood like, Virgo? Got the Queen of Cups. So you possibly were very, very, you were a loving child, a loving individual, very caring. You had good intuitions even when you were young. You had a good intuition. All right. Oh, we got the devil. Wow. Wow. You had somebody in your family who was fighting some demons, and you knew they had some issues mentally, some mental issues. Nobody else knew, but you knew that something wasn't right with this person. It's a relative, somebody in your home, because we're talking about your childhood. Okay, is this your childhood, Virgo? And we got the moon. See, a lot of people didn't know what was going on with this person's their mental energy, but I'm hearing mental mentality with their mental problems. But you did. Because you're very intuitive. You knew something wasn't right with this person. You just knew. But they tried to hide that shit, but nobody can hide anything from you. We got the 10 of Cups. 7 of Cups. This person had their fair share of suitors, okay? So you probably grew up in a single family home. Even whether or not you didn't, this person still stepped out on the family and did what they wanted to do. We got the Page of Wands. Message here for Virgo. We have the 5 of Swords, arguing. You know, this person loved to get into arguments and confrontations with people. They didn't know how to, they were very, very authoritative. They loved conflict. They loved disagreements. They loved arguing because that's what made them feel good about themselves. They loved to dwell on the negative. And when something went wrong and they held everybody else responsible for the problems or the debacle except for themselves. Very, very, excuse me, very, very narcissistic too. They chose. It's like this person knew when to put on a show and when not to put on a show. Whatever mental illness they had going on, possibly a narcissist, they knew how to stand up and be the right kind of person in front of people, but behind closed doors, another story. It looks like they stepped around a lot too. Virgo, is this your childhood here? Got here the Knight of Swords, the 7 of Pentacles. We got the Page of Swords. So possibly 2 to 3 children. You grew up with a family, maybe 5 children, maybe a big family, raised by a single parent, You watched this person, how they operated, how they did things, You just knew that something wasn't right with this person and you wanted to, they had some plans. Maybe you had some plans. I'm going to leave as soon as I can. As soon as I can get out of this motherfucking house, I'm leaving and I'm not coming back. So you were secretly making plans to leave. Even when you were too young to actually leave, you said, I want to get the hell out of Dodge. I'm not going to do this. So what it's like, you were watching this person or this person kept a close eye on you. But you probably kept it a secret that you wanted to get out of the house, that you didn't want to be involved with what was going on or what they were doing, what he or she was doing, because it was very, very narcissistic. It was like, what are you doing? Where you going? Who you doing it with? And in the back of your mind, you say, I'm not doing anything. I'm doing my homework, or I'm doing this, or I'm doing that. It's like they always wanted to know what you were doing, where you were doing it, and who you were with. Very, very mentally unstable, possibly a little intellectually immature. They acted without thinking, but they always had their eye on you to see what it is that you were doing. You were concentrating on figuring out a way to get out of there. And they were looking like, okay, where in the hell she thinks she going? Okay, where in the fuck do he think he going? What is he doing? They're always watching you. But you kept a lot of stuff hidden. You really didn't share your hopes and dreams with this person, because when you did, they tore it down. You're not going to be nothing. You're not going to be able to do this. I wasn't able to do it. What makes you think that you can do it? So possibly, Virgo, this person could be your mother. Doesn't have to be, though. It's whoever you lived with. They lived their life through you. They were jealous of you, jealous of what you could have accomplished in your life. Virgo, is this your childhood? Let's see. We got the Ace of Cups. Could this be your childhood here, Virgo? And we have the Page of Wands. Maybe you had your own little business as a child. Maybe you wanted to sell fruit, or on the corner they have the juice stands or something like that. So it looks like this could be a person who ran the home like a business. This could have been a military person, a military father or mother, or a couple. You have money, and like I said, maybe you wanted to do something creative to make your own money, to what kids do. They want to make extra money to buy bikes or to do different things like that, and you just wanted your own, you were excited about life and in the potential of work, because you admired your parent a lot, But we got the Five of Cups. Maybe somebody lost everything. One of the parents passed away, and or they left the relationship, and this is where the mother became the single sole parent to take care of you, and it's like everything fell apart when that person left. Okay, you were okay in the beginning. Money was good. You were selling your little trinkets on the corner, bracelets or hair ribbons or orange juice or whatever you call it, lemonade or something like that, fruit, whatever, and you lost it all because that person decided to leave and left one parent in the lurch to take care of everything. And that's when shit went down, because everything was good at first, okay? But then the single parent, became single, had to do everything on their own. And what am I going to do? I need to find a job. I'm looking through the newspapers, because back then we didn't have internet. You had to walk. You had to get up early in the morning and go put in physical applications or find something in the newspaper. Not like it is today. So easy today. People still don't want to work. Okay. But we have here, I need to get out and work. I need to make a living for my family. I'm single now. What am I going to do? I want to keep on living the same life I lived when he was here, when we had a full income, but we don't now. So it's going to be a struggle. Maybe you have to get a divorce from this person. Maybe this person got a divorce from you. If you were just living together, that made it even harder on you to make ends meet. Okay. And it's a struggle. Virgo, excuse me, y'all. Excuse me, y'all. I'm so sorry. Is this your childhood, Virgo? Is this Virgo's childhood? Working too hard. Okay. Your single parent was working too hard to take care of the family, to make ends meet. Okay. And you felt that you were alone. You felt that they never spent time with you because they were busy trying to take care of the bills so you can have a roof over your head. Sweet memories. So you have some sweet memories of your I'm hearing sibling, of your parent, your single parent, or both parents. But it was difficult. It was hard. Transitions to the spirit realm. Somebody has passed away, but you still think about your childhood. Magical space clearing time. Some of you all, this person is no longer on your side, no longer living, and you felt even with that they were never on your side. But they don't want you to lose hope. Okay. From their death comes your rebirth for you. Comes a new life for you. They know they took you through a lot of shit. And they know they feel guilty on the other side for treating you the way they did, but it was a struggle. They felt that they couldn't give you the life that you needed. Maybe this person didn't work because it was stuck to my hand on my wrist. But this person, maybe they didn't work. Maybe they were on, not saying anything is wrong with welfare. I grew up on welfare, so that's not, maybe they didn't want to grow up on, they didn't want you to grow up on welfare, but they had to take care of you, because they were single. They were a single parent, and they didn't know any other way to do it. Okay, I'm sorry. I am sorry. That's what they're saying. Love is strange. They're saying that love is strange. The kind of love I gave you, I showed it, but I didn't show it. I showed it in a strange way. I took care of you. I cooked your food. I washed your clothes. I may not have told you that I loved you a lot. I may not have hugged you the way I should have, or we were probably, though we were mother and child, father and child, however you want to look at it. The strange thing is, I did love you. I may not have shown you. I may not now have told you that I love you, but I showed you as best I could. Okay, through all of my mental. What word am I looking for? Proclivities from all of my mental. I can't even say the word, but I'm hearing in my head. Proclivities, or my mental state, my mental status, or whatever. So many things going on with this person mentally. Powerful personal growth. They didn't have the power that you have in your life, okay? This person violated some things with you. They invaded your privacy. They set boundaries. I'm hearing they set impossible boundaries and dared you to cross them. And when you did, it was hell to pay the captain, okay? They even when you were older, 16, 17, 18, 19, they still invaded your privacy, especially if you were living in their house. This is my house. I can do what the hell I want to do. If you don't like it, you can leave. Violated you and dominated you in so many ways. They didn't have the power that you have now, that you possess now. Okay. You probably have a child who has the same kind of energy, has the energy that they have the energy toward you that you wish you had towards your parent. And that's a problem. Because you know what? I'm not going to say your child walks all over you, but if you can punch your child in the face and get away with it, hallelujah. You didn't have it like we had it back then. Our parents would fuck us up. I dare you to tell the police. So it ain't like that these days, okay? But release your power, okay? They didn't have the power that you didn't have the power that your child has now, and that was a problem for you because you couldn't speak up for yourself. You don't want to hurt your child. You just don't. But you have found personal growth here, power and personal growth, and moving forward after this person has left your life. They're possibly on the other side. Yep, transition to the spiritual realm. So you don't have to worry about it. Back off. You wish you could have told them to back the fuck off when you were younger, but you couldn't. You couldn't. But your child doesn't have a problem with telling you to back off now. So it's like this energy is going to always follow you until you heal this energy, until you find a way to let it go, until you find a way to release it, Virgo. You got to release it. This way of really not standing up for yourself, for speaking up for yourself, for allowing somebody to come in and wreck your spirit. But what phrase am I hearing? I'm hearing two different things. When you know better, you do better. You know better, you do better. And the reason why you weren't disciplining your children, not saying that you didn't discipline them, but you were disciplined in a way that hurt physically, and you don't want to take your children through that. I hear a lot that, well, you need to beat their ass, and you need to do this, and you need to do that. And we got beat like this, or we got whoopings like this, or, and you don't want to take your child through that. But sometimes, hindsight is 20/20. Maybe I should have fucked her up back in the day. You know what I'm saying? That kind of stuff. We have distorted perception. Reality is rarely what we are raised to believe it is. You have a distorted perception on people in general because of how you were raised. They never told me that they loved me. They always criticized me and what I did, and now I'm having the same issues with my child. What am I going to do? Am I a good parent? That's why I didn't want children in the first place, because of how I was raised. So it's like, You have distorted perceptions of yourself. We have wisdom in play. Our intuition knows more than we do. No, you're not. You're not distorted. You're not as distorted as you think you are, Virgo. You're just human. Still healing from those past issues. You haven't dealt with those issues yet. So it follows you into adulthood, and you got to find a way to release that. You need to. Okay. Intention. Lacking personal direction begets confusion in life as a pawn to someone else's game of chess. So someone else told you that you would never amount to anything. You had dreams, but they told you you're not a good person. You're never going to do this. You're never going to do that. They tell you that, or they told you that because they never amounted to anything. I'm hearing other than a baby making machine. Some of you had big families, and they had to take care of those families, but they needed to hold themselves accountable for the choices they made. The choices they made, Virgo, had nothing to do with you and everything to do with them. But they were held back in their life by a bunch of stuff that they grew up in and around, their negativities, their mental capacities. All of that stuff followed them into adulthood. Then all of their stuff followed you into your adulthood. Then your stuff, compared to your parents' stuff, your generational stuff, followed your child until their life, until their childhood is going to follow them until their adulthood, until the cycle is broken. On and on and on and on and on. Somebody has to be held responsible for you. It starts with you. It's hard. I really didn't grow up with the best mother, Lord knows I didn't. Wow. I have some stories to tell. I actually have a book. It's on Amazon. I'm not going to promote it. That's not what this is about. But yeah, I have a book about my childhood and being molested and raped and, all of that stuff and how my mother didn't really do anything about it. Rest in peace, Mama. I'm not talking about you in a negative way. Okay. So we have here presence of absence. Hold what is absent in the presence of your love. They may not have told you or embraced you as much as they should have, but they're letting you know now that I love you and I'm sorry. Just had a lot going on. But in spite of everything you went through in your childhood with this person, they taught you some things. They taught you how to grow. They taught you about strength and tenacity, about not letting anything stop you from moving forward. You may have grew up in a difficult situation, but listen, you're still here. You're still alive. Okay. Transitions. You have all the inner resources you need to cross whatever bridges arise on your path. They're telling you from the other side, I didn't have a lot. I gave you what I could give you at the time. And I want you to do better than me. I want you to be better than me, better than the way I treated you. They realized from the other side that they were harsh. They realized that, Virgo. But they felt that they needed to be because that's how they were raised. Perspective. A calm and clear mind is free to see differently. Clear your mind. Think differently and realize the things that just to realize that whatever it was you went through in your home, now that you think about it, you realize that, he really did have a problem. And maybe it wasn't their fault for them to treat me the way they did. Maybe they didn't know how to embrace. Maybe they didn't know how to tell me that they love me, because they're looking at you now and they're focusing on you and they're wanting you to be healed from this. I know it was rough. I know I treated you bad. Key to intimacy, emotional energy, and inner integration. Those three fell out. So, yeah, we got circles here. Clarity begins within the eye of the storm. Okay. And listen, you are not your wound, Virgo. You are not your wound. They know that there's some healing. You need to find healing here, even if you get it through therapy from your childhood issues. Those childhood issues are still with you. You maybe feel some guilt or something, but I'm really feeling the guilt from the other side. This mother or father was no longer with you. Most likely a mother, I'm hearing. They're feeling guilty for the way that they treated you and for the things that they said to you, for the things they didn't say to you, for not enough hugs that they didn't give you, for not telling you that they loved you on a regular basis. They showed it by keeping food in your belly, keeping a roof over your head. And if they weren't working, and welfare is not all that legit, that much money, they did some things that they had to do to keep food in the house, to keep you on a roof over your head. So this person felt that I had to do what I had to do for my family, for my kids. You may not have realized it, but I had to, because they felt like they were the masculine in the family. Maybe they had to be both the male and the female, raising you on their own. Okay. Emotions are messages to be met, appropriate intention, action, and gratitude. Okay. So you also probably have a fear of intimacy, or you've probably never had a good relationship based on the home you were raised in, because you didn't see a mother and a father. You didn't grow up in a home where a mother and father were together at the dinner table. It was a single parent. If there was a couple in the home, they were probably arguing with each other, doing drugs, drinking a lot, grew up in an alcoholic household or something like that. So it makes you afraid, because how do you know how a man or a woman is supposed to treat you if you've never seen a good relationship face to face, except for on TV, like the Cosby Show or something like that from back in the day. Okay, intimate love is a core need to be met with in relationship to ourselves and those closest to us. The journey to intimacy often includes learning what love is not. Learning what love is not. So, and you're at that point to where I thought love was a slap across the face. I thought love was screaming and yelling at me when I'm trying to concentrate on my motherfucking homework. I thought love was getting me up out the bed at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning because I forgot to wash the dishes or sweep the bathroom floor, that kind of stuff. Okay, so it's like I'm getting a message from the other side. Sorry, that's all I knew how to do. Like I said earlier, when you know better, you do better, and your parent didn't know any better. Okay, they were going by what they were taught. Cycles. Okay, inner integration. There is peace, equilibrium, and fulfillment in integrating the inner wild with the taming and tempering effect it has on us. So generational curses need to be healed. And it could start with you, Virgo, healing these generational curses. Because what your grandmother, your great grandmother went through, your mother went through, you went through, now your children is going through it. So you all are going through the same cycles over and over again. When is it going to stop? Hug your child. Tell him or her how much you love them. Especially if it makes you feel uncomfortable to hug your child, or uncomfortable to say I love you or something, or something. It's like there's something uncomfortable about the way you deal with your children or your significant other, because you're not used to it. You all are going through the same cycles. This generational curse, it needs to stop. Okay. I'm going to pull a couple more. Is this your childhood, Virgo? Wow. Virgo. You know this. You know this. Consciousness is light and emptied. The ending and beginning light at either side of the same door. Is this your childhood, Virgo? I see another one here. We have clean up time and be true to yourself, Virgo. And at the bottom, please don't lose hope. In your life, don't lose hope. You're nothing like they told you were, Virgo. Nothing like the way they told you. Okay? Consciousness is light and you feel so emptied. It's like almost as if you want to love, but you don't know how to love, because of what you've been through. Those cycles need to end. Okay? The ending and beginning lie at either side of the same door. But you have to get up and move forward. You can't always rely on your feelings to keep you stuck. It's time to let it go. It's time to erase those generational curses. Okay? Clean up time. Be true to yourself. It's time to clean up what no longer serves you. Grant that person peace from the other side, Virgo, and move on and be your true self. This person can no longer hold you back. This person can no longer say, well, Susan, you can't be this way, or Eric, you can't do this. Okay, or Amanda, you are not meant to do anything but pick up dog shit off the street. You're never going to do this. You're never going to be that. I didn't do anything with my life, and you're not going to do anything with yours. Prove them wrong. They're on the other side. They can't be toxic to you anymore. The only way this person can be toxic to you and they're no longer here is if you let them. Let the memory of what they said and did to you keep you stuck. But you got to be true to yourself. It's clean up time. Find a way to erase these energies from your past, because you've passed it on to your children, and it's going to be a generational curse over and over and over again. It's time to end it. Be true to yourself, not for what that person said you couldn't be. You can be anything you set your mind to. They were just upset because they knew that you were going to surpass them in life and be a success. It's a generational thing. All right. I hope this message resonates with you, Virgo. Talk to you later.